Hello, it's Mariah. In this video, I want to speak about parameters and why they're important when you want to make significant changes in your life. So parameters are their boundaries, and what boundaries do is they show us where one thing ends and another begins. So when you want to make changes, when you want to go from A to B, as opposed of A to C, A to C takes you in one trajectory and A to B is another trajectory. But if your future self, if where you want to be, if your ideal future self and where you want to be is A to B, then, and your current self is going from A to C and you don't like where C is going, or you sense that this is not the path, the direction for you, whether it's relationships, health, career, money, then there's some shifting that needs to be done. There's parameters that need to be set within your mind, within your routine, within your calendar, essentially within your habits. Parameters need to be set because they are creating a barrier. They're creating a container for new possibilities to grow, new opportunities to form. So when you know deep within yourself, you know that something needs to shift within your relationships, within your health, within your career, then you get to make the changes. You have free will over your life. Certain patterns, certain behaviors, certain consciousness will get you this way, and then others will get you that way, and that way, and that way, and that way. Let's say, for example, that you know that there are new parameters that need to be set within a relationship, a specific relationship for you to grow. And this other person doesn't want you to change. There needs to be a shift in your mindset that it's safe for you to grow. It's safe for you to rock the boat. It's safe for you to put your desires and needs above this other person who is inhibiting your growth. So that's a mindset, and that's a nervous system thing, is to feel safe and to understand, to really believe that you are worthy of that. And then with your routines, with your habits, with your patterns, like with your actions, different actions need to be put into place. So rather than going along with, yes, that's okay, I'll do that, yes, it's okay, you say, actually, this is what I want. And so that is putting in those parameters of no longer going with the flow. So going with the flow is outside the parameters. And within the parameters, we have vulnerability, we have expansion, we have growth. So those parameters create the space for that new opportunity, for that growth, for new experience. It basically clears the way of the old, of going with the flow, and creates space for the new, for opportunity, for that growth, that experience that you're desiring. And your desires are put within your heart because I believe it's your soul's expression of like what you came here to do, your unique experience that you came here to have. So along with that comes like trust in yourself, trust in your desires, trust that you are supported, trust that you are okay, that you are ultimately safe. And let's put that into a health goal. There's parameters that need to be put into place around, again, what you're worthy of, what you're capable of. Really allowing yourself to lean into or pull in that future version of yourself who experiences that health, vitality, ease in their body, that strength in their body, that clarity, that lightness in their body. And then what habits does that person have? Do they go to bed early? Do they wake up early? Do they get their workout early in the morning before they start their day? How does their week look? What does their routine look around their meals? Are they prepared to have the healthy meals ready to go to nourish their body with the foods that is able to, the body's able to easily digest? So this is what I'm speaking about with parameters. So what no longer fits inside this action zone that leads us towards the experience, the goal that we want. And yes, a goal is something, that we have. And the reason that we want the goals is to have the experience that this goal will give us in life. We experience health, vitality, ease, vibrancy in our body. We experience connection, communication, unconditional love in this relationship. We experience it all. And yes, there's growing pains. There's bumps in the road, of course, on these trajectories from A to B. And it's worth it. It's worth it. So you lean into that resistance. You lean into the discomfort. You lean into where it's hard. And you use tapas. So tapas is a Sanskrit word, which is fire. The digestive fire. You digest the obstacles and you burn through them. And you get to the other side. And so let's say like with career, with money, same thing. Okay, I am here in my career, I'm here in my financial flow. Where do I want to be? And you got to get very real with yourself. Why are you telling yourself you can't have B? Why are you telling yourself you can't have X amount of money? And you get super clear on what it is that you want. You align, you shift your mindset. You realize what you're telling yourself you can't have, why you can't have this. You get really honest with yourself. Why are all the reasons I can't have this advancement in my career, or this experience in my career, or this in my business, this amount of money in my business? You get really, really specific on all the reasons you're telling yourself you can't have it. And this goes with the relationship, with the health too. But seeing it on paper identifies where you are holding yourself back. Otherwise, if you don't identify it, it continues to circulate in your subconscious mind, taking over. And that's the story, that's the routine, that's the habits that you live by. Based off that story, I can't have this because of this. It's too hard. I don't know how I'm going to do it. It's unavailable to me. Well, she can do it because of this. I can't do it because of this. There's all these reasons that we tell ourselves we can't have it. And those are all the reasons why we're not having it, why we're holding ourselves back ultimately. So again, whether it's relationship, whether it's career, whether it's health, finances, you got to get really straight and clear with yourself about why you can't have it, because that's what's holding you back. And then you carve a new path. Okay, so if it's unsafe for me to speak up in this relationship, you can continue to not speak up in the relationship and continue to get the same experience that you're having, or you can speak up. You can be vulnerable. You can step into that scary zone of expressing yourself, not knowing how it's going to be received. And you can prove to yourself, oh, actually, I am safe after saying this. I am safe. And it's just like step by step, we prove ourselves right. We prove to ourselves that we are right, that we are safe, that we are worthy, that we are capable, that we do know how, one step in front of the other. We might not know the big picture. We don't know the big picture, but we prove to ourselves again and again and again that it's available, that it's safe, that we can have it, or we prove to ourselves again and again and again that we can't have it, that it's not safe, by taking the actions aligned with that story. So, with career, if you want X amount more clients, what do you want? Why are you telling yourself you can't have it? Get really clear. Every single imposter thought, every single thought that tells you you can't have it, identify it, journal it all out, and then decide differently. It's up to you to decide that you are the type of person who can land 3 clients more a month. Decide you are the type of person where you can make X amount per month. And I'm encouraging you to do baby steps. Baby steps. You know, you really, like, let's say your B is here, but there's these steps along the way. There's these ladders that we take. Okay, if I want 10 more clients a month, let's break it down. How do I get 1 to 2 more clients a month? How do I get 3 clients a month? And so on. And then you just work it until you're up that next step of the ladder. And you prove to yourself, okay, this is possible. And then you go up. Oh, this is possible. So again, apply that to relationships, to health. I actually can wake up at 5:20 in the morning to get to the gym. I actually can go to bed at 9:30 p.m. to wake up at 5:20 a.m. And you lean into the hard and you lean into what you want simultaneously. You lean into the resistance and you lean into what you want, and that carves your path. So that is my talk about parameters, how you set the parameters in, starting with your mind, your routine, your actions. These are your habits. Mind, routine, calendar. Mind, routine, actions. You follow suit of what's going to get you there. And then there's the very important component of trust, belief, faith. There's that energetic part of stepping into what you want, leaning into what you want, believing it's there for you. Because if you believe it's not there for you, that's going to block it. It's like you won't do it because you believe that it's not available. You'll let the fear take over. You'll let the fear of, oh, I can't do this for this, and these reasons. So decide what you want. Set the parameters. Get your beliefs. Get your mindset. Get your energy ultimately behind your goal. And take the actions. Stay true to the plan until something else pops up. It's called inspired action because it's like, oh, I'll do this, I'll do this, I'll do this, I'll do this in the energy of what you want. And we don't know how it's going to come. We really don't know the outcome. And we know that when we're in the energy of the outcome that we desire, we get that. We just don't know specifically how that's going to look. I love you so much. Let me know if you have any questions.